Mr. Moran.
Chairman Lummis, thank you very much. Mr. Smith mentioned data privacy, which has been a topic of mine for a long time, and we've been unsuccessful in legislation being adopted. But I still have the goal of making certain that consumers have control over their own data. And I was going to ask you, Mr. Altman, how can we provide consumers with more control over how their data is used by AI companies while preserving the utility of the AI system? So how do you get more privacy and still get the benefits?
So there's all of the standard privacy controls that companies like ours and others build and should, but there's a new area that I'd love to flag for your consideration, which is people are sharing more information with AI systems than I think they have with previous generations of technology. And the maximum utility of these systems happens when the model can get very personalized to you. So this is a wonderful thing, and we should find a way to enable it. But the fact that these AI systems will get to know you over the course of your life so well, I think presents a new challenge and level of importance for how we think about privacy in the world of AI, how we're going to think about guaranteeing people privacy when they talk to an AI system about whatever's happening in their lives, how we make sure that when one system connects to another, it shares the appropriate information and doesn't share other information, and that users are in control of that. I believe this will become one of the most important issues with AI in the coming years as people come to integrate this technology more into their lives, and I think it is a great area for you all to think about and take quite seriously.
We do. We just don't have any success in finding the conclusions, but thank you for the encouragement. I chair a Commerce, Justice, Science Appropriations Subcommittee that funds the Department of Justice, and it plays a significant role in cybersecurity of our country. I just came in from a budget hearing with the FBI Director, Dr. Patel, in which we covered cybersecurity threats. AI can, I think this is true, AI can be used on both sides of a cybersecurity attack, and it can be used to automate phishing, malware creation, but machine learning can also increase our ability to detect and respond to cyber threats. What should Congress think about allocation of federal resources for cybersecurity, and what should we consider when it comes to AI?
Well, I would say that AI, as you said, is both an offensive weapon and a defensive shield when it comes to cybersecurity. And as with many other things, the front line of this the last few years has been in Ukraine, because Russia has such a sophisticated cyber attack capability. And what we've found is a company that's been involved in supporting Ukraine since literally the moment that war began, is that AI is a game changer. We have intercepted attacks against Ukraine faster than a human could detect them, and we blocked those attacks from taking place. So you deploy AI into, call it, the front line of the products themselves. We have to recognize that it's ultimately the people who defend not just countries, but companies and governments, the chief information security officers, or the CISOs. So we've created what's called a cybersecurity co-pilot that basically automates for those individuals much of the workflow that takes their time so that they can be more effective and efficient. When it comes to federal appropriations, I think that, to put it simply, the United States government must remain at the forefront of having for itself the cybersecurity capabilities that it needs to defend the government. And every day, we are in government agencies today during this hearing, pushing Chinese out of agencies and the like. And this will happen every day of every year from now to probably eternity. So we must keep the U.S. government well-funded in this space. And I think we also need our intelligence agencies, and especially the NSA, to be well-funded so they can remain at the forefront when it comes to global leadership in this field.
Thank you for your observations and encouragement. My final question, rural areas, a place I come from, often lack high-speed broadband. And since many AI tools rely upon connectivity, I'm concerned that many parts of the country and many parts of Kansas may not be able to access the benefits that AI will bring to business, schools, healthcare, et cetera. What can the federal government do to be supportive of development and availability of on-device or low broadband width AI systems that do not rely on constant connectivity?
I'm generally pretty excited about what AI will do here because you can offload so much of the processing to the cloud and then ship a relatively small amount of data. If you think about, ChatGPT as text comes in, there's like a brain that thinks about it really hard and some text comes back. We can support people in low connectivity areas quite well with the same quality of service. Separately to that, I think getting great connectivity everywhere is important, but in the specific area of AI, I think we can actually address that gap quite well.
That's good to know. Thank you very much.